God's love, and with God's love we can do it all. If you don't mind, hit that follow button and subscribe. The stream is starting soon. Come watch the rabbit, let's watch the rabbit, bringing entertainment to me and you. Come watch the rabbit, let's watch the rabbit, it's not hard to do. Get ready because the stream is starting now.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another JRabbit87 stream. I am your host, JRabbit87, and I hope everybody is having a good day today, and I hope you're ready for some more wrestling action, as it's time for another episode of the Rabbit Wrestling Federation. But of course, before we get into that, let's go ahead and get into our commands. As always, we are sponsored by our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. He has blessed both me and my wife extremely greatly. We want to make sure that we return His blessings by giving Him all the honor, glory, credit, and praise that He rightfully deserves. And that also helped me test out to see if I got the sound thing working, and I did! Cool! Sponsored. We also want to say a huge thank you. Thank you to everybody that joins me today. It means so much to me that you guys take time out of your busy days to come and hail me. Of course, a huge thank you also goes to our supporters, who I'll name individually at the end of stream. Mary Kay. If you have not ordered your Mary Kay, feel free to do so today by using that link there. Mary Kay has a whole bunch of stuff, even have stuff for us guys, so don't be afraid. And of course, my wife is a Mary Kay consultant, and I'll be more than happy to answer any Mary Kay related questions that you may have. Discord, we have one of those. If you have not joined our Discord and you would like to, feel free to grab that link right there and join our Discord. We've got tons of chat rooms. That's where important announcements are announced, decisions are decided, discussions are discussed, wrestling results are resulted, chats are chatted, and we just love to have you there. Also, keep in mind that this Wednesday is the last day for voting on Fans' Choice, which will be this coming Saturday. It's our next big event. All of the matches that will be taking place are on our Discord channel in the gorilla position, with voting being available on. Some of them will be what kind of match will it be, and some of it will be this guy's going to face which of these people that you want to see them face against. So, yeah, make sure to get your votes in as soon as possible. Another place that you can find us is over on YouTube. If you'd like to check out our past live streams or highlight videos, you can grab that link that I just posted and come join us over there. Now, since it is all free, I do ask, if you don't mind, give the YouTube channel a subscribe. Hit the bell icon to keep yourself notified. And, of course, give the videos a like and a comment, because comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Another place that you can find us is over on TikTok. If you'd like to check out just our past live streams, you can grab that link there and join us over there. Again, since it's all free, if you don't mind, give the TikTok channel a follow, give the videos a heart and a comment, because comments are also good for the TikTok algorithm. Last but not least are ways to help support the stream right here, right now, if you would like to do so. Always keep in mind that nothing is ever required, but everything is very much appreciated. With that, more information on how you can help the stream is in the chat, so feel free to read that at your leisure, and remember to do only what you're able and comfortable with doing. Alright, with that, we are into things. Now today might possibly be a shorter day. It might not be, because we only have 8 matches tonight, but 6 of the 8 matches are tag team matches. Yes, we are going full Teddy Long. I hope you don't mind, because tonight's going to be about that tag team player. Holla, holla, holla. That was horrible. Horrible impression. So, with that said, we're going to go ahead and get right into our first match, because coming up first is going to be the number one contenders. It's going to be an intergender tag team match as the number one contenders for the United States Championship and the number one... let me try this again. The number one contender for the United States Championship and the number one contender for the Women's European Championship, Santos Escobar and Cora Jade will be teaming together to take on the champions Dragon Lee and Chelsea Green.
The following is a tag team match set for one fall. Introducing first, representing Legado del Fantasma from Mexico City, Mexico, weighing in at 200 pounds, Santos Escobar.
Okay, I just gotta say, the new computer, I don't know if it's the new computer or what, but the graphics seem a lot better now that we are on our new computer. I'm using the same program that I used before, and it's the same game I've played off my PlayStation 5. So I don't know what's different, but it just looks a lot crisper.
Welcome to the generation of Jade.
And his partner, representing the Misfits from Chicago, Illinois, Cora Jade.
Here comes Cora Jade. Now, Santos and Cora Jade have actually gotten the better part of the champions here lately. So we'll see if they have what it takes to once again get the upper hand here tonight.
Representing the LWO from Jalisco, Mexico, weighing in at 165 pounds, the United States Champion, Dragon Lee.
Definitely looking for some revenge here tonight, losing in six-man tag action, and then his friend Zelina Vega losing against Electra Lopez. Now's the time for Dragon Lee to show Santos that he's going to have an uphill battle.
It's Chelsea Green.
European champion, Chelsea Green.
And Chelsea Green might be shaking in her boots. We know that Michin came extremely close to taking that title away from her. But now Michin's partner, Cora Jade, might have just the most momentum that any woman has had, defeating Piper Niven and getting a tag team victory. Can she do it again? Or will Chelsea Green show why she's the champion here tonight? This match is about to get started, and of course the boys are going to start things out, but remember, anybody can be in the ring at any time. And this is, of course, RWF style tag team rules, which means that there are no disqualifications, no rope breaks, no ring countouts, and of course you do have to tag in to make your partner legal. And a victory can come at either pinfall, submission, or knockout inside the ring, or just a knockout outside of the ring. Exciting way to kick off this last episode of RWF before our next big event. Remember, at the next big event, you guys have the power. It's called Fans Choice, and the reason it's called Fans Choice is because every match is on Discord right now, has options, and you get to vote on what option will happen. And for every title match, you get to choose what kind of match it's gonna be. Also, I want to apologize now if I sound a bit different. I think I've got a little bit of a cold. My nose is a bit stuffed up, so if I sound a little bit different, I do apologize for that. But I'm still going to do my best to give you guys the best commentary that I can throughout this night. An amazing springboard hurricanrana there by Cora Jade. Tag to the United States Champion Dragon Lee. You gotta wonder how Lee and Chelsea Green are gonna work as a tag team. Tag out to Santos Escobar. Leaves it over the top rope. These two now fighting on here on the outside of the ring. And just again, a reminder that there are no ring countouts in an RWF tag team match. Dragon Lee missing big time there, and Santos Escobar taking advantage. This is where the champions need to step up. They have lost. If you were like doing a war of momentum, they have pretty much lost every opportunity to be on the board. Oh, massive slam there by Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee going for the cover, but Cora Jade interjects. Tag out to Chelsea Green, getting the Women's European Champion back into the mix of things. Santos not going easy on Chelsea Green here. But Chelsea's showing why, she's a champion in her own right, and she has been. Despite what you want to say, she has been able to hold on to that championship for quite a while. Rough Rider by Chelsea Green into the cover. Could this be it? Now a kick out at 2. Chelsea Green setting up, perhaps going to go for the unpretty her. But no, Santos Escobar reverses. Only to be reversed again, and there's a tech out to both Cora Jade and Dragon Lee. Lee with a cover. Oh, but a kick out at 2. Cora Jade just stole Dragon Lee's finishing move, but Chelsea Green actually saved the matchup for her team. Tag out to Chelsea Green now. Cora Jade and Chelsea Green out here on the outside. Each one trying to do as much damage as they can. Green now focusing her attention on Santos Escobar. And Cora Jade from behind taking advantage of the situation. Cora Jade with the sliced bread number 2. And Dragon Lee saves the matchup for his team. Cora Jade going for the double arm DDT. She hits it straight into the cover. And a kick out at 2. Tag out to Santos Escobar now. Big move by Santos into the cover. And that's enough.
Here are your winners. The team of Jane and Santos Escobar.
Big victory here by the contenders, who are on quite a roll. Man, Santos Escobar and Chelsea Green have been on an almost non-stop roll. Will they be able to continue this bit of momentum and actually become the new champions? We'll find out this Saturday. But coming up next, we actually have our first of only three. I forgot. There are three. There are 3 singles matches. And then there are... So, 8 minus... So there are 5 tag team matches and 3 singles matches. So our first of our 3 singles matches. As if you have been with us and you know that Noam Dar of the Meta-4 has won the Intercontinental Championship #1 contender spot. And he will go on to Fans' Choice to face Finn Balor for the RWF Intercontinental Championship. Which is another match that you can determine how the title will be defended. Well, Noam Dar has challenged the members of Judgment Day, the male members of Judgment Day, to meet him in one-on-one combat with the other members of Judgment Day. They're not at ringside. And the same goes for the Meta-4. Just mono mono. And so far, Judgment Day has agreed to this. They have stuck to this. And Noam Dar has beaten every male member of the Judgment Day. But tonight, he faces his biggest test when he goes one-on-one with Dirty Dominic Mysterio. Now you might be saying, how is Dominic Mysterio his biggest test? Well, my viewer, Dirty Dominic Mysterio at one point in time was our RWF Pure Honor champion. And Noam Dar just happened to win the #1 contendership to face Dirty Dominic Mysterio for the Pure Honor Championship. And unfortunately for Dar, Mysterio was able to successfully defend that title. Which means that Noam Dar has never beaten Dirty Dominic Mysterio. Now, his #1 contendership is not on the line, but oh boy, you know he's going to want to prove himself here. So coming up next is Noam Dar versus Dirty Dominic Mysterio.
To be up in your face, putting proof is in the chase, putting work the paper pays. On the up and I'm on the road. You beneath and you cutting cold. Hyperdriving, no cruise control. Got the life and they losing foes. I stay 100, I keep it homegrown. I live for the applause and all the people know. I bring the swag like nobody can. Don't mean to brag, what about it? Yeah. I bring the swag like nobody can. It's in the bag, man. I got it. Yeah. I bring the swag like nobody can. Don't mean to brag, what about it? Yeah. I bring the swag like nobody can. It's in the bag, man. I got it. Yeah. I got it.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, representing the Judgment Day, From San Diego, California, weighing in at 200 pounds, Dirty Dominic Mysterio.
And here it comes, Dirty Dominic Mysterio, as I mentioned, a former RWF Pure Honor champion. He actually is a two-time Pure Honor champion. Of course, is also credited as changing the Pure Honor Championship and making it into the Pure Honor Championship. Yes, if you didn't know, originally the Pure Honor Championship was called the Cruiserweight Championship. It would then be Mysterio would then rename it the W Energy Championship before finally changing it again to the Pure Honor Championship.
And his opponent, representing Meta-4 from Ayr, Scotland, weighing in at 178 pounds, Supernova 11, Noah Dar.
I just got in the car, y'all, and I'm heading home. Alright, baby, drive safe. And I hope you had fun today. Here comes the current #1 contender, Noam Dar. Already has victory over Carlito and J.D. McDonough. Looking to make it 3 for 3 before he goes on to face Finn Balor at Fans' Choice. And Noam Dar not wasting any time, getting the first hits here in this match. But just like that, Mysterio back on board, but he misses a springboard. So Noam Dar trying to take control back. Noam Dar taking a nasty spill to the outside of the ring. But Mysterio, tried to go outside, but the referee wouldn't let him. And now Noam Dar going to work on Mysterio's arm. Pinfall attempt, but only a 1 count. And now Dominic Mysterio stomping a mud hole in Noam Dar. Beautiful springboard moonsault into the cover, but only a 1 count. Noam Dar starting to pick up speed, but just like that, Dominic Mysterio reverses and gets back on top of things. Mysterio heading to the second rope. I don't know what he's planning here, but Oh, nice drop kick by Mysterio. And now Dominic, shades of his dad, going for the 619. And shades of Eddie Guerrero there. And now Dominic to the top rope. Oh, but misses the frog splash. Noam Dar setting up for something big here. Running Enziguri into the cover. Only a 2 count. Supernova 11 going for a middle ropes. But it, man, just back and forth action between these two men. Back elbow there by Noam Dar. Uh-oh. Noam Dar going for that leg lock. Will Mysterio tap out? And there it is.
Here is your winner.
And Noam Dar at this point has now beaten every member of the Judgment Day as he heads on to Fans' Choice, where he will face Finn Balor for the RWF Intercontinental Championship. Well, coming up next, we have the final in the War of Momentum over the Women's Tag Team Championships. Now, yes, we will not see the Men's Tag Team Champions in action or their number one contenders in action tonight because Fraxium has an amazing 4-0 lead. However, the Pretty Mean Sisters and Shocks are tied up 2-2. So, we are going to get a regular non-title tag team match between these two teams to see who can gain the final point in the War of Momentum. And that match, my friends, is coming up next.
Talking out their heads. I've never understood a damn thing that they said. From words to actions, never knowing what they're about. I guess I'll have to chew them up and spit them out. And I said, I've walked for miles inside this pit of danger. I've swallowed down 1,000 years of anger. The weight of the world is falling on my shoulders.
The following contest is a tag team match scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring, Carmella and Tiffany Stratton, Pretty Mean Sisters.
And here they come, the former 3-time RWF Women's Tag Team Champions, the Pretty Mean Sisters, having won those titles the most out of any women's tag team here in RWF. here they come. These two started teaming together with dreams of being the women's tag team champions. That goal would unfortunately be taken away from them when Tegan Nox would become injured. Shotzi would of course gain that goal with Asuka, only for Asuka to turn her back on her after they lost the titles. And now Shotzi and Tegan Nox, after reuniting, have finally gained that goal. And they said that they're going to do everything in their power to keep those titles around their waists. Yet another one of the matches that you guys can vote for on how the titles will be defended. Remember, that's over on our Discord. If you need the link, just say something in chat and one of us will get you the link. Make sure to get your votes in because Wednesday is the last day to cast your vote. Now, Shotzi knows the Pretty Mean Sisters quite well. The battles that Shaska had with the Pretty Mean Sisters are almost of legend. And now a new chapter gets to be added into that as Tegan Nox and Shotzi will defend their titles against the Pretty Mean Sisters at Fans' Choice. And of course, the Pretty Mean Sisters are the most accomplished women's tag team in RWF. There's a tag out to Tiffany Stratton. Now it's Tiffany Stratton and Tegan Nox in the ring. Submission hold locked in, but Tegan Nox easily able to get out of it. Tag into Shotzi. And Shotzi doing all kinds of damage here to Tiffany Stratton.
Hello, everybody.
And with that, the wife is home.
I probably didn't need to yell, but I did anyway.
Fit. I do apologize about not talking and commentating much on this match. My wife is home, so just kind of talking with her a little bit as Carmella tried to go for a submission hold, but I guess she decided she didn't have it quite locked in there. And now Carmella to the top rope, but Shotzi puts a stop to it. Reversal there by Carmella, who hits a backside or I don't know, back mat slam. There's a tag out to Tiffany Stratton. Little showboating as Tiffany puts the hurt to Shotzi. Oh, but Shotzi fighting back. I have arrived with an AO. Hey, welcome in, Bruda. Welcome in.
Hello, Nick. Let's go, Tegan.
So, I did indeed get the thing with the thing. Oh, there's the Destroyer by Tegan Knox, but Carmella puts a stop to it. I did get it where it will make the noise when people message, but it doesn't do it every single message, especially if there's a bunch of messages right back to back. Double greet. My Bruda, I will fill you in on what you have missed after this wonderful match here, and what you have tuned into right now is the Pretty Mean Sisters versus Shocks for the final point in the War of Momentum. As Carmella almost got a 3 count, but a kick out at 2. Tagging in to Tiffany Stratton now. Fair. Also, too. Standing Shiranagi by Shotzi here on the outside of the ring. And now Shotzi, went for something big, but Stratton reversed. Also, I apologize for my voice. My nose is a little stuffed up, so if I sound a little bad or sickly, I do apologize for that.
Let's go, Shotzi.
No worries. Shotzi in firm control with a shoulder breaker there. There's a tag out to Carmella. Let's go, Shotzi. Clap. Shotzi with a submission hold. But again, here on the outside of the ring, I guess just trying to weaken up Carmella. Missed with a running knee, and Carmella Big DDT. Audio issues, might have to switch to Candy Cobra. Oh, I'm sorry, Bruda. Never mind, I did a fix. Good job, Bruda. Now, Carmella and Shotzi back in the ring. This match continues as these four ladies try to battle their hardest to get that final point to get your votes on what kind of match that they should have. Huh? Yeah, unfortunately the War Momentum does not mean much here because you guys get to pick this time around. Close call there. Shotzi only getting a 2 count though, and now to the middle rope with a senton. Straight into the cover. And a kick out at 2. Looks like Shotzi's not done now. Heading to the top rope this time with another senton, and that's the knockout.
Here are your winners, the team of Shotzi and Taking Knox.
Woo! Woo is correct as Shocks gets the final point and the War of Momentum, bringing it 3-2. And I'm actually going to do that right now. Boop. 3-2. And I can save that. Shocks to the system.
Shocks to the heart.
Well, coming up next, if you have been... Oh, hey, there's a wife in the background now.
Oh, hey, there's a wife in the background now.
If you guys have been with us, you know that... Love it. You know that the White Six have seemingly targeted Chad Gable once again. This led to Chad Gable saying that he wasn't afraid this time, and even challenging Eric Rowan to a one-on-one match, and proceeding to lose. He then had Ivy Nile of his American Maid stable represent him as she challenged Nikki Cross of the White Six to a one-on-one match, and proceeded to lose. We'll see if it happens the third time.
Third time's the charm.
Because now, Chad Gable has chosen the Creed brothers to take on Dexter Lumis and Joe Gacy in a tag team match. That match is coming up next.
15 pounds, Brutus and Julius, the Creed Brothers.
And here they come. We really haven't gotten to see these two as a tag team much here in RWF. They, of course, now under the tutelage of Chad Gable. We'll see if they have what it takes to stand up to and defeat the creepy Wyatt Six. And here they are, and yes, although they are all entering at the same time, Uncle Howdy has assured us that he is you can say that he's a man of many things, but he is always a man of his word. And Eric Rowan, Nikki Cross, and himself will not be at ringside for this match. This match about to get underway. Can the Creed brothers actually defeat these two members of the Wyatt Six and gain the first actual victory for American Made?
No.
Or will the Wyatt Six continue their dominance?
Yeah.
Now, I do want to mention that Discord did kind of mislabel. It does not have the entirety of the things that you can vote for the Chad Gable and Wyatt match. So I will go ahead and tell you right here, right now, what those options are. The first option that you can choose is that to even it out, fair. The first option that you can choose is to have Chad Gable face Uncle Howdy in a one-on-one match. Yes, that's right. You get the two former champions, mono e mono. Your second option is an 8-person tag team match with every member of American Made, which means Chad Gable, Brutus Creed, Julius Creed, and Ivy Nile versus not Uncle Howdy, unfortunately, but 4 of the other Wyatt members, Eric Rowan, Joe Gacy, Dexter Loomis, and Nikki Cross. Or you can choose a 6-man tag team match where Chad just teams up with the Creed brothers to take on Eric Rowan, Joe Gacy, and Dexter Loomis. And your final option is an intergender tag team match where Chad Gable teams up with Ivy Nile to take on Uncle Howdy and Nikki Cross. A reminder that so far, Chad Gable has lost to Eric Rowan in a one-on-one match, and Ivy Nile has lost to Nikki Cross in a one-on-one match. But here we have the personification of Mercy the Buzzard and Huskus the Pig Boy versus the all-American athletes of Brutus and Julius Creed. Big teamwork done by the Creed brothers. Another thing too is the Wyatt Six these two, Joe Gacy and Dexter Lumis, have even gotten to face off against the tag team champions, while Brutus and Julius have not. They honestly haven't really even been in tag team action, despite being a majority a tag team. They keep entering themselves in singles competition, and unfortunately have not come out on top. But we know that their leader, Chad Gable, has. In fact, Chad Gable, at one time, he was a former RWF Intercontinental Champion. In fact, of course, when we closed our doors and reopened and we had an 8-person tournament to crown the Intercontinental Championship, it was Chad Gable that would end up go all the way. Oh, absolutely beautiful shooting star press, but Dexter Lumis able to get out of the way. Tagging out and immediately getting hit with a kendo stick. Lumis looking for a cover here. Only a 2 count. Tagging in Joe Gacy. Of course, Gacy being a tank himself. Both Gacy and Lumis having those mysterious gimmicks and personas that they've had in the past seem to fit right in with Uncle Howdy and Nikki Cross and Eric Rowan. Pinfall by Gacy. Only in one count though. Massive slam there by Gacy, but he's not done yet. Leg drop into a cover, but only a 2 count. Gacy turned his attention on the other Creed and gets taken out from behind while he's out here on the outside. Massive move there by Gacy into the submission hold. And there it is.
Here are your winners, Joe Casey and Dexter Lewis.
The Wyatt 6 proving to be dominant once more. Good work, Pig. Once again, as I said, the Wyatt 6 continue their domination over American Made. And you, the fans, again, have the chance to choose how Chad Gable will face off. Well, who, I should say, Chad Gable will face off against at our next big event. Well, moving right along, the current Pure Honor champion, Tony D'Angelo, has let his friend, underling, member of his family, whatever you want to call him, Channing Stacks Lorenzo, kind of do some of the dirty work for him, as Channing got a victory over the current #1 contender Diesel, but then Diesel's friend Razor Ramon would quickly put Lorenzo in his place by getting a victory. This has led us to our next match as the #1 contender for Tony D'Angelo's Pure Honor Championship, Diesel, teams up with Razor Ramon to take on the former family. Former men's tag team champions versus former men's tag team champions in a way. That match coming up next. here they come, and this is why I said that these two can be considered former men's tag team champions in their own right, because as Kevin Nash and Scott Hall of the NWO, who would later end up being rebranded as the Outsiders, these two would be men's tag team champions.
And their opponents, at a combined weight of 472 pounds, the Pure Honor Champions, Tony D'Angelo and Channing Stax Lorenzo, the family.
And here they come. Now, they had no, they're not trying to be somebody else, other than shortening it from the D'Angelo family down to just the family. These two are still the same two that they were when they won the tag team championships. And of course, Tony would not start this match out. He's making Channing start the match out. Well, we see Diesel has no problem starting the match out. Remember that it'll be Diesel challenging Tony D'Angelo for the Pure Honor Championship this Saturday at RWF Fans Choice. Every time you say Tony, my mind goes straight to Tony Jones. Fair. Some of the options that you have are a steel cage match, which would prevent Channing Lorenzo from interfering in the title match. You can also choose it to be a finisher match, which is the match that Tony D'Angelo won the Pure Honor Championship match in. Of course, there are a couple of other options as well. Again, I know I'm stressing on it a lot, but you only have until this Wednesday to cast your votes to make your voice heard on what kind of matches and who will be facing off against who for this Saturday's big event. Now, of course, if you are new and you're wondering what I was talking about with Kevin Nash and Scott Hall and all that, you see, Diesel and Razor Ramon, their real names are Kevin Nash and Scott Hall. And the two would form a pair with Hollywood Hulk Hogan forming the New World Order. They would invade RWF, and Kevin Nash and Scott Hall would become the men's tag team champions and be pretty dominant. Of course, the NWO would face off against the Authority, which consisted of Triple H, Seth Rollins, Batista, and Randy Orton in a War Games match where the Authority would win and the NWO would be forced to disband. Now, Kevin Nash and Scott Hall were successful in defending the tag team championships earlier that night. They were not forced to be stripped of the championships. Instead, they were forced to no longer have any ties with the NWO. So what they did is they went back to their outsiders. Well, that is the group that they were called when they first invaded WCW. And now, here lately, we've seen that Kevin Nash has gone back to his original gimmick he had in the WWF, which was Big Daddy Cool Diesel. And he has called upon Scott Hall, who has seemingly twisted back that nostalgia clock to resume his identity, his gimmick. Again, the first one he had in WWF, the bad guy, Razor Ramon, and now the two calling themselves still the Outsiders. And that is why I said that you could almost argue that these two are former RWF men's tag team champions. Just, they weren't tag team champions as Diesel and Razor Ramon. They were as Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, but both times they were the Outsiders. Two count there by Tony D'Angelo. And there's the move that won D'Angelo the Pure Honor Championship. But they only got a 2 count. Tagging in Lorenzo so he can go to work. One does have to wonder though, if Lorenzo, if Diesel were to win, would Lorenzo get first chance since he's already defeated Diesel in a one-on-one match? I know that's not how we normally do things here in RWF, but something to think about. Diesel in firm control so far. Hey, he's tagging out here. In comes Tony D'Angelo. Tagging in Razor Ramon now as these two go for a double power bomb. Straight into the cover. Only 1 count. Little slow count there by the referee. I hope the family hasn't, hey, they paid him off here. Tagging in Big Daddy Cool Diesel. And, oh, looks like it's his turn for this assisted powerbomb. Straight to the back of the champion. Into the cover. Only a 1 count. Diesel trying his best to get one up on the Pure Honor champion here. And now this match spills to the outside, at least momentarily. D'Angelo momentarily trying to take out both members of the Outsiders. Oh, brass knuckle shot by Tony D'Angelo. Remember, there are no disqualifications, so those brass knuckles were perfectly legal here in this match. Big clothesline. Tony D'Angelo with a spine buster into the cover. But Razor Ramon breaks up the pin. Massive move. Neck breaker there. Into the cover. And that's it.
Here are your winners, Tony D'Angelo and Channing Stacks Lorenzo, the family.
The family getting a big win here. They're gaining momentum here. You could say that again. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for my wife to go to bed, which means that it's time for me to do the good night vlog with her. So, we are not done by a long shot. We still have 3 more matches to go. However, good night to the bird. I will be right back. So if you need to go to the bathroom, if you need to grab you a drink, this is your time to do it. Because JRabbit 87 will be right back. Alright. I am back. Alright, with that, we're going to move right on to our next match. Braun Strowman has had the worst time as of late. So it all started with our last big event, Summer Smash, where Braun Strowman took issues with the Monster Abyss becoming one of the newest members of the RWF roster. Now, for anybody who doesn't know, Braun Strowman likes to call himself the monster among monsters. So when somebody came along claiming to be the monster, he got upset. So he challenged him to a last monster standing match, or just a last man standing match, and Braun Strowman lost. Since then, Strowman has been challenging anybody who calls themselves a monster to random matches, and Strowman has only won once. He lost against the Boogeyman in a Falls Count Anywhere match. He lost... Well, I'm going to have to actually remind myself. I don't remember. Was it just that one and then the Abyss match? I feel like there was one more. Okay, yeah, I guess it was literally just he lost to Abyss, then he challenged Boogeyman to a Falls Count Anywhere match, and he lost that. Then he challenged anybody to a steel cage match, and he actually won, defeating the big red monster Kane in that. Well, he's back at it again. He says that he'll challenge anybody who considers themselves a monster to a knockout match, which means that there are no rules, and basically you can only win via knockout. Who will answer the challenge this time? Will Braun Strowman be able to walk out victorious? Time will tell, and that match is coming up next.
making his way to the ring from Charlottesville, North Carolina, weighing in at 385 pounds, Braun Strowman.
And here he comes. The so-called monster among monsters. We'll see if he can get the victory this time. Of course, I'm more curious about who's going to answer the call. Oh my. Well, he wanted a monster. It doesn't get more monstrous than this side of Bray Wyatt. Braun, this may be your most guaranteed loss yet. You could say that again. And with that, betting will begin. Bray has, of course, in the past, credited himself for making Braun Strowman the monster among monsters, as he brought Braun Strowman into the WWE as the black sheep of the Wyatt family. And this, of course, being the most deranged, most violent persona within Bray Wyatt. Well, maybe only second most. This doesn't seem to be the newer version of the Fiend, so maybe that love Bray has for Braun has let him choose this version of the Fiend. But of course, either way, the Fiend is a monster and not one to be taken lightly. Former RWF Pure Honor champion Bray Wyatt. And this match continues. Now remember that there are no disqualifications, no rope breaks, no ring countouts, no pinfalls, no submissions. And the match will only end when you physically knock out your opponent. And by knockout, I mean that the referee declares that you are knocked out, and the referee can call this match off whenever he feels that it is you are no longer able to continue. Perhaps another reason Bray Wyatt chose to be the Fiend for this. We know that under this persona, Bray Wyatt seems to be able to take ungodly amount of pain. But on the other hand, you have the man who Bray Wyatt himself was the new face of destruction, Braun Strowman. The power of the Fiend on display here. A lot of people didn't like that match Braun and Bray had. Outside, I know Braun had a rough time with it too, but I didn't mind it. Fair. I didn't mind it either. Uh-oh, Bray Wyatt setting up for Sister Abigail. Bray hits the Sister Abigail, but it doesn't seem like he's done. There's the mandible claw. But that's not enough to knock out the monster among monsters. Which at this rate just might be more of a playtime for Bray Wyatt. These submission holds, although tapping out doesn't mean you lose the match, it does wear on you and your stamina and makes it closer to you just being knocked out. After using a hammer he got from the Playhouse, another mandible claw, but Strowman still not knocked out. This match does continue. Strowman with the power slam. Bray hangs on. Now, as far as our big event goes, Braun Strowman will challenge yet another monster to a last monster standing match, and you get to choose who he goes against. A third mandible claw, and there is the victory.
Here is your winner, Bray Wyatt.
another sad loss. A guaranteed loss, it was indeed. Yeah. Another loss for Braun Strowman. Perhaps the Fiend trying to heal his former friend. Who knows? Well, we now only have 2 more matches for you guys. Coming up next is our final one-on-one match. As you all know, Rhea Ripley will face Jordynne Grace for the RWF Women's World Championship at Fans' Choice, and you will get to vote for what kind of match they will have. These two have been kind of off and on, with Rhea Ripley she got a loss in a tag team match when she teamed up with Batista to face Jordynne Grace and The Rock, but then Rhea Ripley's friend Damian Priest would defeat Jordynne Grace's handpicked opponent Scott Steiner. The two have decided we're going to end this with a good old-fashioned one-on-one match. No title on the line, just pride, just momentum. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, it's Mommy versus Big Mama Pump.
This is what we challenge you!
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring, representing the Terror, from Adelaide, South Australia, Rhea Ripley.
And here she comes, former 2-time RWF Women's European Champion, and in fact was the very first ever Women's European Champion. She has yet to claim the top prize, the Women's World Championship, and now she has that chance. Will she be able to do it?
It's not over until I win.
And her opponent from Austin, Texas, the Women's World Champion, Jordynne Grace.
And talk about taking an opportunity and capitalizing. She made her debut just a few weeks ago, winning literally her first match winning the #1 contendership. Then going on to last month's, okay, so maybe it was more than a few weeks ago, but still, she went on to win. Not only did she win the #1 contendership to the Women's World Championship, she would go on to win the Women's World Championship. WWC. Now, of course, a normal one-on-one match is one of the options you can choose for these two to have at fans' choice, if you should so choose. Interesting record that we've had between these two so far. As I said, and as she was making her entrance, Rhea Ripley would team up with Batista, and unfortunately they would lose that intergender tag team match against The Rock and Jordynne Grace. And then after that, Grace would go on to choose Scott Steiner to go one-on-one against Damian Priest, who is, of course, one half of the Terror Twins. And Damian Priest would actually get the win there. And now we have a bit of a tiebreaker in this kind of war of momentum between these two ladies. Rhea Ripley's got the jailbreak locked in. And that's it. Pure quick domination by Rhea Ripley.
Here is your winner, Rhea
Man, like, I think that's the quickest match we've had in quite a while. And mommy, Rhea Ripley just showing Jordynne Grace she might want to hold on to that championship nice and tight, because she may not have it for very much longer. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that has led us to our final match of the night, where not only do we have the #1 contender facing off against the against the heavyweight champion, but we have two former tag teams reuniting to face off against each other. Yes, that's correct. Our final match, our main event of the evening, is the reigniting of the Authority of Evolution, Randy Orton and Batista, to take on the reigniting of The Rock and Sock Connection. That match is coming up next.
Just a honky tonk man. I'm just a honky tonk man. I'm cool, I'm cocky, I'm bad. I'm just a honky tonk man. 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 I'm cool, I'm cocky, I'm bad. I pick a mean guitar, I wear a blue suede shoes. You ought to hear me sing the snakeskin blues. I'm just a
The following is a tag team match set for one fall. On the way to the ring at a combined weight of 585 pounds, Randy Orton and Batista, the Authority.
And here they come, the Authority, also known as Evolution. These two have known each other for years. They've had each other's back. Well, and of course, the Authority did dissolve. They have gone their separate ways, but for one night only. And they have told us for one night only. They will, once again, be a team.
If you smell what the Rock is cooking.
And their opponents at a combined weight of 552 pounds, the heavyweight champions, The Rock and Mankind, The Rock and Sock Connection.
And of course, The Rock has to come out here and he almost not let Mankind get his. You would think that these two would act more like a tag team, especially seeing that Batista and Randy Orton came out together. And of course, The Rock is the ego of The Rock, making it where his song's playing, everything's about him. And of course, here comes Mankind, just happy to be here. Happy to be teaming with his best friend who almost wants nothing to do with him. Foley has said that he is Rock's ride or die and it will never change. As match getting started, it looks like Randy Orton and of course Mick Foley, Mankind starting this match. Rock can't even be bothered to start out the match. Well, I mean, right off the bat is a tag to The Rock. So maybe that was the plan all along. Maybe I'm just full of myself. Either way, The Rock has had Batista's number as of late. So we'll see if once again The Rock can become victorious here tonight. Rock and Batista finally in the ring together. And again, you guys can choose what type of match that the Heavyweight Championship will be defended in at fans' choice. Also, a reminder that we will be live 2 more times this week. Once during Friday for our continued playthrough of Batman Arkham Knight. And then on Saturday for Fans' Choice, our next big event. Tagging in there to Mankind, who got a victory over Batista last week in a one-on-one match. Of course, this match taking a spill to the outside as The Rock and Randy Orton trying to just beat the tar out of each other. You know, Randy Orton would love nothing more than to unalive the legend that is The Rock. The viciousness of the Viper on display with that last blow. Finally, this match gets back into the ring, and Randy Orton with a neck breaker. Tagging in. Mankind and Batista going to war now. Double arm DDT on the outside of the ring, but you know, Mick Foley, Mankind, he needs to remember that there's no ring countouts. Vicious chair shots, but not the first time Foley's been hit by those. But that spear, that might be something new to him. I believe that last shot may have busted the animal open. Foley comes crashing down all the way from the outside, or from the top rope to the outside. And now Batista starting to gain control. Foley with the jackknife pin into the cover. Close 2 count. And now Foley, double arm DDT. But he's not going for a cover here. No. Oh no, there's another appearance. It's Mr. Sacco. The mandible claw locked in. But Batista able to get out of it. And now Batista going for the Batista bomb. Straight into a cover. But the Rock breaks up the cover. Sacco, love to see that. Heck yeah. I know, right? And through a table, Batista sends Mankind. Tag out to Randy Orton. Uh-oh. Batista bomb RKO combination. Straight into the cover. And still, Mankind kicks out at 2. Tagging in Batista and The Rock now. Spear by Batista. Tagging in Randy Orton again. Double team by the Authority. And for anybody wondering why I went with the Authority over Evolution, because they don't have Evolution Titantrons in the game, or entrance videos, or any of that. But they do have the Authority. They haven't had Evolution stuff in a while, honestly. I think they just don't want to pay for the rights to use the song for whatever reason. They don't even have the King of Kings song in this one, though. That's why I had them enter the game. And they don't have the Authority's like stage, like, because they have the Titantron, the banner, and the ring, both of the ring stuff. Like the ring barricades, but they don't have the stage stuff either. That's crazy, but I bet you're right. Stereo People's Elbows by the Rock and Sock Connection. Spinebuster by the Animal. But The Rock breaks up the cover. Batista going for the Batista bite. And that's it.
Here are your winners, Randy Orton and Batista, the Authority.
And the Authority picking up a big win here tonight. And with that, we have reached the end of our evening here tonight. As a snake, I say we do not claim Randy after that. Well, The Rock, I don't know, it seemed like he had Batista's number, but Batista's standing strong here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, that does conclude our show this evening. I know I have said it 1,000,001 times tonight, but please, please, please cast your votes in the Discord. Voting will end Wednesday. This Wednesday, the 24th, is the last day to cast your votes, because this Saturday is Fans' Choice. So, with that, a reminder, I will be live again this coming Friday, with Batman Arkham Knight. We will start at 7 p.m. Central Time. We will be going until 9 p.m. Central Time. So I hope you guys will join me for that. For tonight, we're going to go ahead and get our commands going, and I'm going to go ahead and leave you guys for tonight. So as always, we are sponsored by our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. He has blessed both me and my wife extremely greatly. We want to make sure that we return His blessings by giving Him all the honor, glory, and credit, and praise that He rightfully deserves. We also want to say a huge thank you. Thank you to everybody that joined me today. It means so much to me that you guys take time out of your busy days to come and hang out with me. Of course, a huge thank you also goes to our supporters, starting with my hashtag wonderful wife, Firebird10, our amazing friends Nick, T, and of course Danny, and of course Sean, and Steve, and of course, our two digital artists responsible for our artwork, Amon Wolf of CNH Podcast, and Z Fire Incorporated. Thank you all so much for everything that you've done. Mary Kay. If you have not ordered your Mary Kay, feel free to order your Mary Kay today using that link right there that I posted. Mary Kay, you can cozy up this holiday season with some skincare, or if you need, daily from day one, new Mary Kay clinical solutions, So basically, if you need some smell good stuff, if you need some skincare stuff, if you need some stuff, Mary Kay's got it. And you can, of course, can also use that link there to ask my hashtag wonderful wife any Mary Kay related questions that you may have. She's a Mary Kay consultant and would be very happy to have you as a client. So yeah, get your Mary Kay today. Discord, we have one of those. If you have not joined our Discord and you would like to, dagnabbit. Uno momento, por favor. Okay, let's try this again. Discord. We have one of those. If you have not joined our Discord and you would like to, feel free to grab that link right there and come join us. We've got tons of chat rooms. That's where important announcements are announced, decisions are decided, discussions are discussed, wrestling results are resulted, chats are chatted, the fans' choice votes are voted, and of course, we just love to have you there. Another place that we love to have you is over on YouTube. If you'd like to check out our past live streams or highlight videos, you can grab that link there and join us over on the land of YouTube. Now, since it is all free and it's another way to help support, I do ask, if you don't mind, give the channel a subscribe, hit the bell icon to keep yourself notified, give the videos a like, and give them a comment, because comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. You can also find us over on TikTok. If you'd like to see just our highlight videos, that's what we post over there. Again, since it's all free and another way to help support, I do ask, if you don't mind, give the TikTok channel a follow, give the videos a heart and a comment, because comments are also good for the TikTok algorithm. Last, but certainly not least, are ways to help support the stream right here, right now, if you would like to do so. Always keep in mind, though, that nothing is ever required, but everything is very much appreciated. With that, more information on how you can help the stream is in the chat, so feel free to read that at your leisure, and remember to do only what you're able and comfortable with doing. With that, my name is JRabbit87, and I hope you all have a very good night.
Thanks so much for joining the Stream of the Rabbit.